Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate?
Yes!
Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with Podcast 93. Today is the 5 questions sent in by investors like yourself who had a question and needed an answer. And remember, if you have a question, send it to support@bsffacademy.com. Question number 1. You're in California and buying and selling houses in North Carolina. Are you paying state income tax in California or North Carolina on the profit that you make? Well, I'm a California resident and I pay California income tax. But it's a great question. Question number 2. Recently listed a house on the MLS. The price is backed by the comps, but worst case, what's the rule of thumb to lower the price? How much value at a time? Well, there's 2 rules. One of the rules is if you get 8 showings and you don't have an offer, it's overpriced. That's just how it is. So at 8 showings, and you don't have it sold, lower it down a little bit. Keep in mind that when people search for property, a realtor will say, okay, you're qualified to 120, so we'll go to 124 kind of stuff. So they'll reach up a little bit higher than that. And so there's these numbers that you want to try to stay within. So if you were at, say your property was listed at 130 and you're going to lower the price, what should you go to? Well, I would probably go down $3,000 or $4,000 each time, as long as I was going into the next kind of pocket of buyers. Now, the cool thing that you could do if you wanted to do this is unlist it and list it again. And what that does is it shows back up as a brand new listing hot sheet. Now, realtors don't like doing that because it's a lot more work over just submitting a price reduction. But $3,000 or $4,000, make sure you stay in the pockets. And I probably wouldn't like wanting to be like 123. It is just what it is. But have your realtor look at that, and she can tell, or he can tell, how many people are viewing the listing, how many people are seeing it as far as, okay, do I want to show it, and then how many people have shown it and seen it, and that's kind of going to be your litmus test there, whether or not you should reduce it. Now, sometimes your price is too low, and you're not actually getting the right kind of buyer to look at it. So keep that in mind too. So you can always go up. It's a little bit more dangerous to go up than go down. And we should never price our properties too high in the first place. There's a lot of people out there that they'll go, well, my house is worth, I've got an appraisal for $125,000 and I'm going to try to list it for $132, see what I get. Well, that's crazy. If it's valued at $125, that's what we put it on at, $125. Okay? Great question. Question number 3, do you ever make any exceptions of telling the seller to figure out their house worth and call us back? Example, mostly elderly people. No, everybody knows what their house is worth. They're just not telling me. So, and, elderly people are pretty intelligent people. I mean, I'm almost elderly now, and I could still consider myself intelligent. So you got to look at it and go, if someone's not willing to tell us the price of the house is, well, they have to figure it out. But they already know. They're just concealing that number from us. They're afraid to tell us something that will maybe embarrass them or underprice it or whatever it is. Because I bet if I asked you right now, in fact, we're going to play this. We're going to role play this, okay? Each one of you guys listening and gals listening, if you own a car, how much is your car worth? Well, if every one of you, if you individually said, well, yeah, my car's worth whatever it is. Well, you didn't want to sell a car probably before I asked you, but you knew what your car was worth. Well, people that want to sell something actually start doing research. And you didn't even have to do the research for your car. So think about it. If you can do that, then you know your sellers can figure out what a house is worth.
Thanks for listening to Buy, Sell, Fix, Flip. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com. And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. On one of the Daily Deal podcasts, Gabriel mentioned that he'd like to be added as additional insured on the seller's existing insurance policy. Sounds like he isn't planning on getting a new policy. Is the preference to maintain the seller's policy? No. You know, and one of the, we get insurance policies on every property we buy. They're in my name, well, not my name, the company's name that buys the property. It was just more of a sales communication question than an actual we're going to do this question. So if you re-listen to that, you'll see that inside of it. But no, I don't care about the existing policy. Question number 5. Would it ever make sense to tell the seller that what the CMA and after repair value of the property are? Or do you just let them name a price and keep the CMA to yourself? No, I think you could share and share alike. It doesn't matter what it's worth to somebody else. It only matters what it's worth to me. What fits my program. And, you know, I'm not going to conceal anything. I mean, the seller has to know. And in most cases, if you listen to the daily deals, they know their houses are worth more than they're selling them for, which is the beauty of what we do. I mean, we're not concealing anything. We're not hiding anything. We're not, you know, it's not like Easter and we're hiding eggs or something. We've got to find them. We tell people, you know, in the open marketplace, you could probably get this. But if you did that, this is what you'd have to go through. You'd have to go through people looking through your underwear drawers. You'd have to go through criminals looking through your house to see what they can come back and steal. You'd be on the market for however many days. You may or may not have a qualified buyer when they come and actually sign a contract. You have lost the opportunity, the availability of the opportunity while you were waiting for someone to buy your house. You'll have to bring it up to minimum standards for the appraiser on repairs. Think about it. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's worth $200,000 to somebody else. It's only going to be worth about $120 to $125, $130 to me. And I can justify my position because I'm going to give them cash on the day of their choice, whether that's tomorrow or in 6 months. And I'm also going to try to negotiate seller financing, sub-2 financing. Let's face it, people. Man, if you have a seller who has been renting a piece of property, it is in their best interest in most occasions to continue to rent that property, turn that rent into a mortgage payment, and let you make that mortgage payment to them. In most occasions, it's going to be in their best interest. Now, if you research why that is in their best interest, and then you can explain to them why that is, and then fall forward and get seller financing. However, some people just want to be rid of the property and cash is cash, and they're willing to take the tax consequences by recapitalizing the depreciation on their property that they've been taking over the last few years, which is okay. I mean, people make decisions based upon the needs at the time, and we have to solve for them, create win-win situations. These are some great questions. I really appreciate it. As you guys know, the daily deals have moved from the podcast area of buysellfixflip.com, and they have moved over to the Academy site, which is bssfacademy.com. And you can go over there, and if you're an Academy member, you get to watch them for free, or not watch them, but listen to them for free. If you're not an Academy member, you can sign up to listen to those. And it's kind of cool stuff. We're adding it. We've decided to go ahead and add one every day. So we were only adding like 2 a week. Well, we're going to add one every day. And they're pretty cool stuff. I mean, it's for what you're receiving when you're listening to it, probably some of the best free or near free training that you can get. Appreciate you guys. And one last thing I've got to talk about. I know very soon that I am not going to have any more room for coaching students. And if you're a person that's been considering coaching with me, you got to jump on board, or the opportunity is going to be lost. And we're buying way too many houses, and I've got way too many coaching students, and I can only add just a few more. And I just want to throw that out. I don't want to disappoint anybody who comes to me in a month from now and they want to sign up, and they just can't. I can't do everything. I want to do everything. I just can't do everything. And I want to be able to give the right type of coaching. And so that's where we're at on that. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.